Caitlin Clark just kicked off her second WNBA season and lit the league on fire. LeBron James dropped a single tweet of praise, and all hell broke loose. Now, Angel Reese is fuming, social media is imploding, and the sports world is asking, did LeBron just choose sides? Or did the king unknowingly spark a rivalry that could define women's basketball for the next decade? Let's break it all down, because this isn't just about basketball anymore. This is about power, identity, and how one tweet can ignite an inferno. Beginning with the tweet, just one line. LeBron James wrote, "Triple dub CC. Great way to kick off the season. That's it. A classic King James shout out." But somehow, that single tweet sent shockwaves through the WNBA community. Fans went nuclear. And Angel Reese? She didn't drop any names, but her social media activity had fans raising eyebrows, subtle retweets, shady likes, a few cryptic Instagram comments. Nothing direct, but loud enough for the internet to pick up the scent. Suddenly, everyone was asking, was Reese throwing shade at LeBron for boosting Caitlin Clark? After LeBron James publicly praised Caitlin Clark's triple-double performance in the Indiana Fever's season opener, Angel Reese responded with a series of subtle yet pointed actions. Shortly after LeBron's tweet, Reese posted on social media, "Joy never lost in the finals," a cryptic message that many interpreted as a jab at LeBron's NBA Finals record compared to Michael Jordan's. This comment, though later deleted, added fuel to the ongoing narrative of tension between Reese and Clark. In addition to her social media post, Reese engaged in on-court confrontations during the game, including a heated exchange with Clark that required referee intervention. The incident, which involved a flagrant foul by Clark and technical fouls for both teams, highlighted the intensity of their rivalry. The WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms. They have no place in our league, or in society, the league said in a statement Sunday. We are aware of the allegations and are looking into the matter. On Monday, Reese shared a TikTok video in which a user claimed that it could no longer be classified as a rivalry between Reese and Clark. The situation at hand is that when Angel Reese walks into the Indiana Fever arena, she is no longer safe. She is not safe because there are some Indiana Fever fans who are racist, who will treat her like she is not a human being, who will hurl slurs and threats her way, and that is not okay. That's not a thing that happens in sports. It is not. Okay, the user said. One thing was clear. This wasn't about a tweet. It was about attention. Caitlin Clark didn't just make a debut. She made a statement. In her first WNBA game, she dropped 20 points. Sure, she had 10 turnovers, but her fearlessness was undeniable. She pulled up from deep, ran the offense, and played like someone who's already seen the big stage. And yet, instead of celebrating her arrival, a portion of the internet chose violence. Why? Because Clark's rise threatens comfort zones. As fans, say, Angel Reese has been resentful of Caitlin Clark for so long because she's jealous. Clark is better, prettier, and gets all the talk. That feeling builds up into hate and anger. Every little thing Clark does will trigger Reese. Must be hard living this way. She's not just another rookie. She's a disruptor. She's forcing uncomfortable conversations in a league that, let's be honest, still struggles with exposure and unified identity. Now here comes a white rookie from Iowa, pulling national ratings and Nike deals. Some call that privilege. Others call it excellence. The real tension? It's not just about basketball. It's about who gets celebrated and why. For some fans, LeBron's tweet felt like confirmation that the system was backing Clark's spotlight while leaving others in the shadows. But here's the truth. You don't dim someone else's light just because yours isn't shining yet. Caitlin Clark is shining, and some people just can't handle that. To understand the heat, rewind to April 2023, the NCAA Women's Championship, LSU versus Iowa, Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. The matchup was iconic, but it was the moment that made headlines. Reese taunted Clark with a "you can't see me" gesture and pointed to her ring finger. Some called it classless, others called it legendary. Either way, the internet exploded, and the rivalry was born. Since then, media has cooked up a narrative: Angel versus Caitlin, fire versus finesse, swagger versus stoicism. But here's reality. There's no public beef, no trash talk, Just two ballers being endlessly compared because they represent two very different archetypes. As Angel said,
I mean, I love Caitlin. We've been competing since we were in AAU. I mean, AAU days, we've always competed. I remember she was on All Iowa Tech, and we used to play each other in AAU, and it was always fun and always competitive. One day, hopefully, me and her can be teammates because, I mean, she is a great player and a great shooter and a great person and a great teammate, and understanding that the world is going to have to, they always put a good girl and a bad girl, and just understanding that that's just what it is. And it's just going to be what it is, and I'll take that I'm going to be the bad guy, but I know I've grown women's basketball, and I know I'm being positive, and I know that I've inspired people, so people can think what they think. I know me and Caitlin, we've been cool. We've never had any issues, so just knowing that I've grown women's basketball, and she has too, and just helped do that is all that.
Clark says,
yeah, I think the thing about her is, like, she's been so dominant in what she does ever since we played in, high school. I vividly remember we played at Boot Williams. I must have been a sophomore probably at the time. And, like, we just got killed on the glass, and, like, that just hasn't changed. Like, she's always had a knack for being able to rebound the ball, and, like, that's just translated immediately to the WNBA. Like, she's so good at reading the ball off the glass and going and getting it and getting extra possessions for her team. And, like, those are the little things that help your team win. And then obviously playing in her college, she did the same stuff. So, I have a lot of respect.
Caitlin Clark, polished, poised, record-breaking. Angel Reese, vocal, passionate, magnetic. They're both legit. But one's meteoric rise is overshadowing the other, and that's where the discomfort lives. Is it a real rivalry? Maybe. But most of it? That's clickbait drama. Manufactured mayhem cooked up by fans, media, and algorithms. So LeBron James tweets one line about Caitlin Clark, and the timeline melts down faster than an iPhone in a sauna. You would have thought he endorsed a hostile takeover of the WNBA. Responses came pouring in. Triple-doubles don't mean anything anymore. People ruined it. Classic bronze celebrating stats. You've ruined the culture. People should be honest and admit that Caitlin Clark is the reason why people tune in to watch the WNBA. No one is doing so because of Angel Reese. I can't stand you, and the day you retire, everyone will celebrate. The real GOAT MJ is back, and I hope he fire you lame ass up. You mad because Angel loved Jordan, so you're being salty low-key trying to throw shade and using CC name behind it. Your son is trash, and so are you. LeBron only uplifts white players now? Where's the love for Angel? Clark didn't even win. What's the hype? And many more. Let's be real. Caitlin didn't even play against Angel that night. Reese was on a different court, in a different game. But the narrative? Oh, it spread like wildfire. Suddenly, LeBron's tweet wasn't just a compliment. It was a statement. One that fans dissected under the harshest possible light. What should have been a unifying moment became a battlefield of passive-aggressive swipes, subtweets, and full-on think pieces. LeBron James isn't just a player, he's a cultural force. When he speaks, people listen. When he tweets, headlines follow, and when he praises a player like Caitlin Clark, that carries weight. This wasn't some sideline compliment. This was the most influential athlete on earth validating a rookie's greatness. For Caitlin, that's a badge of honor. For others, it felt like a slap. Because when LeBron speaks, he doesn't just share opinions, he shapes narratives. And in the WNBA, where attention is currency, his words have real-world impact. So when he tweeted about Clark's debut, he wasn't just congratulating her. He was stamping her ticket to superstardom. And to some, that looked like favoritism. But LeBron's been here before. He knows spotlight comes with backlash. He praised who deserved praise. End of story, or is it? Let's address the uncomfortable truth. Caitlin Clark might be too good too fast. She didn't stumble into the WNBA. She launched in like a cannonball. 20 points in her debut. A logo 3 like it was a free throw. 10 turnovers? Sure, but she took command like a 10-year vet. She didn't ease into the league. She forced the league to adjust to her. Courtney Williams and her dad talked about Caitlin. They be talking about Caitlin Clark overrated. That girl ain't overrated. Hell, no. Like, she broke the record for assists. I don't think people really understand how crazy that is to do as a rookie.
They be talking about Caitlin Clark overrated. That girl ain't overrated. She bringing the heat.
No.
She bringing it, boy, because she crossing them up, boy, then pulling up. You know what I mean?
Caitlin Clark a problem, bro.
Yeah, she that.
I just think about my rookie year, and I think about how I came into the league, and I'm like, bro, it was such a crazy like transition for me to just understand what it's like to play at the pro level. And it's like this girl coming in as a rookie.
The WNBA has a hierarchy. Vets first, rookies prove themselves. But Clark, she skipped the line, and that doesn't sit well with everyone. Now critics are throwing around words like overhyped and marketed. But let's be clear, Caitlin, Clark isn't a product of hype. She is the hype. Her numbers at Iowa were unreal. Her college games broke viewership records. She made the entire basketball world watch. She didn't ask for the spotlight. She earned it. She didn't steal the stage. She built the stage. Is she too good, too fast? No, she's right on time. So what about Angel? After LeBron's tweet, she didn't clap back directly, but fans saw the signs. Liked tweets, vague quotes, a certain post here and there. The internet connected the dots, and that raised a question. Is Angel actually mad? Or just playing the media game? Because let's be real. Angel Reese knows how to control a narrative. She's built a brand on being bold, unfiltered, and emotionally real. But there's a fine line between using your voice and becoming a prisoner of your own storyline. Instead of matching Caitlin's performance, Angel seems to be matching the attention, but in all the wrong ways, and fans are starting to see it. While Caitlin lets her game speak, Angel's leaning into the noise. That can work for a while, but long-term, stats beat subtweets. So is Angel the villain, or just misunderstood? Depends on who's watching. Let's not sugarcoat it. Race is part of this conversation. Caitlin Clark is white. Angel Reese is black. And in America, that always matters, especially when it comes to attention, praise, and cultural response. So when LeBron, a black icon, praises Clark, some fans take it as betrayal, like he's siding with the system instead of his sisters. But let's get one thing straight. LeBron has always supported black women in sports. He's shouted out Angel. He's uplifted Aja Wilson. He's tweeted support for the entire WNBA. But say one nice thing about a white rookie, suddenly he's public enemy number one? That's not fairness, that's frustration. Clark isn't taking anything from anyone. She's bringing more eyes to the league, more money, more buzz. Angel Reese isn't being pushed out. She's being pushed to rise. That's not erasure, that's elevation. And if the WNBA is going to win, it needs both. The media is loving this. Clark vs. Reese is a content goldmine. Every highlight, every side-eye, every liked tweet turns into a headline. The thumbnails are wild, Caitlin smirking, Angel glaring. The beef is real. But here's the truth. It's not always real. Sometimes it's just smart editing and engagement. Farming. Fans are being split. Instead of celebrating both players, they're choosing sides like it's a reality show. The WNBA has a chance to grow like never before, but not if media keeps pushing fake rivalries over real greatness. Reese and Clark can coexist. They can thrive, but not if every compliment becomes a controversy. So what happens next? Clark will keep hooping, Reese will keep fighting, and LeBron? He'll probably think twice before tweeting again. But the bigger picture? It's about growth. This moment, controversial as it feels, is still proof that people are watching. And that matters. Clark's rise doesn't mean Reese's fall. And Reese's fire doesn't dim Clark's skill. Both women are changing the game. One jumper at a time, one highlight at a time. So whether you're Team Reese, Team Clark, or just Team WNBA, buckle up. Because this isn't the end, it's just the tip-off.